Hi guys, welcome back to Booksandi, and this is gonna be exciting. I decided to do best gift giving that you can give to a bookish goblin, bookish dragon, bookish lover, or someone just getting into books. So right off the bat, I'm gonna start with the most basic thing you can do, which is blah. So here is just like basic one-on-one things you can do. So first thing, if you live in a city or you live near a bookstore, look at the bookstore online, see what authors are coming, and see if they're doing a signing. And then go in, you can get the book signed and addressed to you. Like this lovely author wrote it to me and signed it for me, and then I went and bought it. So, and then if, let's say, you're not in a city or near a bookstore, you can go online, and sometimes some bookstores have extra signed editions that they have that you can order and buy. Or there are many book communities that a lot of people will go get book signs and then sell them. It's really popular. If you are near a bookstore, like Barnes and Noble, for example, where they do their own like special edition with books, go and pick one of those up. Those are most likely, especially if you like. This is the book 2 of the series Assistant to the Villain. This is book 2 to it, and this is the Apprentice to the Villain. I picked up the Assistant to the Villain a while ago and read that during the summertime. Really liked it. Then Barnes & Noble came out. Then the second book came out, and because of all the popularity behind it, Barnes & Noble did an exclusive edition. And then, so I picked it up too. But yeah, I mean, and it's not just that. They have like this one that says a special edition, so you can just get sprayed edges, because a lot of times some book people, we like to have them just so we can have the sprayed edges out. So also, this is like, obviously, don't just get it because it looks pretty. Maybe read the back of it. This is a very one that had me chuckling. It was very cute, very funny. My mom read, which is The House in the Cerulean Sea. I actually listened to this first and really liked it. So when the second one came out, I picked up a copy of it, and it had sprayed edges. So I went back and went ahead and bought the physical copy. So a lot of times what you can do is, like, if you have a book reader in your life and they're talking a lot about a book, especially if it's like an ebook that they've read that they really like, most likely they would love to have a physical copy of it. They just may not want to go spend $30 for the hardcover or $20 for the paperback, because most likely they would really like to have a physical copy too. But just keep your ears out. Listen to what they're talking about. Listen to what they're reading about. And then there are also a lot of this is a manhwa, which is a Korean, I believe. Yeah, this is a Korean. So it's like a manga, but since it's a Korean story, it's called a manhwa. So stop by and maybe pick up one of those. 9 times out of 10, if they're a reader, they might be interested in this. It's like a nice, easy read, and you can tell me, like, I picked it up because I thought it'd be a nice, gentle read for you to read, or a quick read, and it's just like a nice thing to get people. You can get books based on cultural things and places that they're at. A lot of bookstores have a section about the local area around them. So I live in Washington, D.C., about the Black cultural places that are around here. So I picked this up one day. It literally jumped out at me as I was walking by. It wasn't something I was like on my way to get. I was like, oh, this would be a great thing to get and learn about. So definitely check out the travel section and look at the areas. Specifically go to the travel section and look at local things that are happening there, because that's really cool to look at. And then of course you can order them a special edition. Depending on your price range, depends on how much you are able to spend. Obviously, I got this. This is a book from probably Smut, which is a book box that I do unboxings. I'll link it here, so if you want to watch me as I unbox it. I actually haven't finished. I haven't even started this. I'm gonna be honest. I picked up probably Smut because it's not always Smut, which nah. But I picked that book box because it's supposed to be based off of romance, and I've been trying to get into romance with my life. But yeah, so check those out. And then of course, like, there are way more special editions. I didn't want to go into super like expensive ones, but like the Akatar series, there are many different versions of the Court of Thorn and Roses series. There's many different special editions depending on your price range, depends on how much you want to do. There's that, there's Percy Jackson series, there's the Harry Potter. You can never go wrong with getting a new edition of the Harry Potter one. Let's see, other ones, I'm trying to think of popular ones that people would like to get. But like, if most of the time, especially the more popular it is, the more editions there are of it. So just go on the hunt and look for those and know your budget, because books get expensive. So expensive. Okay, and just to finish up the ideas about getting a book for a book person, I know it's intimidating. You're like, Mikkel, I don't want to get them a book they already have. Okay, great, amazing. When you buy the book, get a gift receipt, and then they can take the book back and exchange it for a book they don't have. Don't get too caught up, because honestly, I would rather, sometimes, depending on like who the person is, if it's the fact that they were able to go to a bookstore, pick out a book that I would like, and actually pick out a book that I have already read, but also maybe one that I've already picked out myself, I would just be so touched with the fact that they know me so well that they were able to go into a store, find a book I would like that I've actually picked out for myself, and then gift it to me. I think that's just sweet. And of course, yes, I would take it back and then exchange it for another book, but I may not. It depends on how rare it is for them for me to understand how much they think about me. So the more touched I am, more likely I am to just keep the second copy and be like, okay, this is mine. Because also, I would like to get into annotating. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit. So I might keep your copy that you've got me, and if my original copy wasn't a special edition, then I'll annotate that. Or maybe you got me a regular edition of one of my favorite books, which is something I really would like, then I would annotate it, which annotating involves writing in a book. And since me personally, a lot of the books that I already own are special editions or limited editions or they're signed editions, I don't want to write in those. So let's say like my favorite series on the top of my mind is the Throne of Glass series. If someone went out and got me the first 2 books, just regular paperback book, no special edition, no nothing, I would be so happy, because then I'm going to take it home and I'm going to write all up in it. And I want to start annotating because I would like to start writing. So annotating helps you do 2 things. One, become a better reader, because now you're starting to deep dive deeper into the book, and maybe you're even point out certain words or phrases that you really like, and it might lead you to then journal, something else we're going to talk about, and talk about why that quote or that character was so inspiring to you. Another way is, as someone who wants to learn how to write, who would like to start writing my own story, then I'm going to look at my favorite author's writing and dissect that to see what do they do well, what component of that would I like to bring into my own story, what do I not like, so that way I can avoid that in my own writing style. Because obviously, as someone who's going to write, I'm going to write with my reading preference in mind, to get to people who tend to read more like me, because I feel like that would be who my targeted audience is. So you can't go wrong with getting them a second copy. Don't be scared. Don't let that stop you for giving them a book. And yes, I am out here trying to get you to buy books for these book readers, even though they don't need no more. But it never hurts to get another book. Never hurts. And you can easily be like, hey, do you annotate? Why do you like? broach it up in a conversation so you know if getting them maybe a second copy or a copy of their favorite book is something they'd be interested in. You don't know until you try. And then, of course, like I say, just get a gift receipt. I mean, they can always then go back. Or you're not that confident in books, get them a gift card. Barnes and Noble. I don't really want to say Amazon, but also Amazon. You can get them a gift card. Barnes and Noble specifically is more for books. Just saying. I know there are other books like Books a Million. You can get them a gift card and then be like, here you go. I couldn't pick out a book. I want you to be able to go and get whatever book you want. Easy peasy. Also, still talking about books real quick, just wanted to let you know, you can get like a classic set. Like, I've always wanted to read the Hobbit series, so my mom last year got me this. I still haven't read it. I need to. Every time I have pulled the Hobbit out 6 times, and it's like, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it, and 6 times it has made it back in here. I'm gonna do a 7th time, and maybe 7th time is a charm, but this is a nice, beautiful set. And I was like, even though I've never read The Hobbit, but let's say someone's favorite book series is The Hobbit, nothing is wrong with going and getting them a nice version of it. They might have like a very old paperback that obviously if they love it, they've probably cracked it open one too many times that it's held on for its dear life. Go and get them a nice little set. And you don't have to get them the whole set. Maybe you can just get the first book or figure out which book in the series they really like and get them that special edition of it. I wouldn't suggest that part though. I would suggest at least getting the first one, because then next year you can get them the second one, and then you can get them until the series ends, or just get them the whole set like my mom did. So, and a lot of nice deals start to come out around the holiday season with the nicer edition sets as well. So just food for thought. Alright, now we're going to enter into the next part of it. So, I was talking about special editions. A lot of my special editions actually come from book subscription. So, if you are able to, or if you want, and you get them a book subscription. Does it have to be for the full year? No. Does it have to be for 6 months? No. Could you just get a 1-month book subscription? Yes. And depending on the book subscription, not description, also description. So book subscriptions depends on how much the prices are. So for example, this one, okay, it's one that I often unbox on my channel. It's my favorite. You can't go wrong with it. Usually good quality, depending on the subscription. The reason I said depend on the subscription is because it has 2, and they're working on another one. So we have 2. We have adult version right here, and then we have the YA, which is young adult. So adult subscription is only book. There is no if and buts about it. You only can get a book. You can't get a lot of the cool gifts that come with it. That's only for the YA. But this one, I believe, is $32 plus shipping and handling. So it's about $37 a month for just the book. And this one is the young adult. With inside of it comes with little knickknacks that I have collected that I love because they're all scattered around my apartment. Though I have went around and collected quite a few of them just to give you ideas, because you may not be able to find these specific items, but it's just to inspire you to go looking or maybe create your own. But it comes with a book, about 5 or 6 bookish items inside of it. Usually very good quality, all based off of a certain book, and usually they stick to a lot of the popular books. So it's like your book reader that you are trying to find a gift for likes indie author, they may have a harder time. They may like the books from this, but they may not get a lot of the little knickknacks that come with it. So yeah, so and then the one with stuff is about $42, so with shipping and handling it's about $47. Maybe you have a book reader who is still dipping their toes in it, and you'd like to get them a nice book box. In this place, Once Upon a Book Club, this is the Halloween edition. They do a lot of, they do 3 different ones if I'm not mistaken. They have a junior one for like middle grade, maybe high schoolers, maybe upper elementary if they're like a high reader, advanced reader. Then they have the YA book box, and then they have an adult book box as well. So fun thing about them is that what they do is they'll give you a book. It's not a special edition book, and it's usually you get a signed template. Well, it's a paper sticker that they sign, and then you stick it in the book. That's usually what you get. And then they have about 4 to 5 gifts that involve the book. So as you're reading, you'll get to a certain page and there'll be a little note, and that's when you open your gift. And the gifts are numbered, so you know what page they're saying, like page 4. So when you get to page 4, after you read, you hit a certain point in the book where it will be like page 4, it'll be on page 4, and then next to the line that has been influenced or has influenced the gift that they curated, and it'll be like open gift, and then you go to your gift, you open it, and it directly correlates with the story that you're reading. This is the Halloween one. I haven't been able to read it yet. I got super busy with being an adult, so it's taken away a lot of my fun time, but really recommend it. Really like this book series. My mom's a big fan of this one. I like it. And then let's say you have a person who likes romance and a little bit on the spicy side of romance. I recommend that you getting them the Probably Smut. This is a woman-owned business where they do get special editions of books, usually indie authors, so I really like that. That's what made me really draw, was woman-owned indie authors. So, and they do special editions of it, usually always paperback. So if you're looking for hardback, whereas the other ones I mentioned, those are usually hardback. This is usually paperback, which makes sense if you know more about the book community. It's easier to do special editions of paperback, not as expensive. Probably Smut is a good call. Alright, I feel like that covers most of like the basic. Oh, a good example of the annotated, so like they color coordinated, this is annotated tabs, and they color coordinated with this book. And there's a bookmark that came with it that had the names of characters that are associated with each color, which I really liked. I have this out because this is on my TBR list. This is one of the books I really would like to try to read this year, before the end of the year, I should say. Yeah. Okay, now we're entering one of my favorite sections, which like this is actually kind of little knickknacks, little gifts, things that I personally really love, because you will see a lot of bookish things, and you may not even register that the bookish things unless you ask me, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's from this book, or it's from that, or it's from a book. I don't remember which book it's from because I just have so much stuff, and it's like, to me it's really cute. It makes me giggle and hee hee ha ha, kick my feet up, be like, me and my little book sanctuary. So let's start out simple with what I'm wearing right now. So this is a gilded, I can't remember. It's the book. One of the books is gilded. It's called Gilded. Yeah, so it is Gilded. That's the book series, and it's a book series I really like. I actually haven't finished it, though I've heard the last book. I haven't read the last 2 books, and I believe that's like the end of the series. So obviously I'm planning to. Actually, I don't own that series at all, so I actually would like to go and buy that series. This sweater is a quote from it, and I love it. I have T-shirts that are all book involved, or I have a pair of sweatpants that I have that I really like that says main character energy, and then I have another one that's like You Do Not Yield. That's a Throne of Glass series, and I think I have another pair. I think I have 3 pairs. So one last pair of sweatpants that's like Light 'Em Up. That is a Crescent City. I love the sweaters. I'm glad I got this last year because I knew I was moving to DC, so I'm actually wearing it. It used to be pretty tight on me. I've lost weight. So but that's it. So get them a t-shirt. You can make a t-shirt for them. Find out what their favorite book is, and then go pull a few quotes. You may not be able to hit their favorite quote or anything like that, but there's lots of famous quotes that if you did it, plastered it on a shirt, there you go. Right there, they're gonna kiki, ha ha ha, kicking their feet up, so excited that they get a shirt. Because it's really hard to find book mobilia in general, unless you just really know where to look. And sometimes some people, if you're new to the community, you're not gonna be able to do that. So we got that. Another thing is, so these are like my favorite gifts. Sorry, they're like long, long, long house shoes that my grandpa gave me, and I wear them all the time, especially now that it's getting colder. But and they go up to like my knee. Love them. So I'm telling you, get comfy clothes for your book reader. Can't go wrong with that. Nice pair of pajamas. Nice pair of sweats. Sweats and t-shirts. Get a pair of sweats and put on one of their favorite quotes on it. Get a t-shirt with favorite quotes on it. Get a nice pair of pajamas. Cotton ones or silk ones, those work. While we're in the realm of comfort, get them some like self-care items that they can do it. Get them like a book basket if you would like. Get a book that you think they would like, and just pick up like some fuzzy socks if you don't want to get them or can't find house shoes like this. Get some bath bombs. Something I really would like is one of those bath trays with a lot of bath things to go in my bath, because I do like to read in my bath. So like candles, bath bombs, bath oils, bath salts, things that are like comfort and comfortable. Never can go wrong with a book lover, because we are honestly most of the time we're gonna be lounging around in loungewear and we like to be comfortable. I like to do face mask or my face serums and then read a book while I let it dry. I like to do those eye patches. Just like, you can't go wrong with any self-care items, especially if it's something that we could put on and then go sit and read. Because if it's like 20 minutes with the face care, best believe I'm going to be sitting there with my mask on for 20 minutes reading my book. Kiki, ha ha ha. So you can't go wrong with that. Anything within the self-care realm, you can't go wrong. Maybe not so much makeup, because I'm not really going to put on makeup to read a book. Some people might, not me personally, but I mean, if there's someone who gets inspired by the book and want to be like, you know what, I think I want to try to do my makeup like how I envisioned the character would do it, that's another way. Me, not so much. I prefer to do barefaced reading my book and just relaxing at home. So yeah, another thing is a lot of times I'm laying on my head, so like any like silk hair ties or a silk hair wrap goes well. So if I get really invested in my book, best believe I am rolling around, flinging around my head in some way. So a lot of times I like to wear my hair wrap, so that way I don't have to worry about damaging my hair. Alright, I feel like that covers the comfort set. Like, you can't.
Hi, lovely people. So, as I am going through this and editing it, and it is chaotic, I decided to break this down into part 2. So, I'm gonna stop here and check back in next Wednesday to see part 2 with more book giving ideas. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I hope to see you back again. Bye.